line is to the right. Yes, this is the live viewing of Raider Reaction. Yes, sir. No pushing. Please, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. The VIP line is to the left. If you give me your name, I'll see if you're on there. Go ahead, step to the left, man. Hey, man. I don't mind if you smoke that at all, but you can't smoke that here. You're going to need to take that over there, away from the crowd, please. Thank you. Yes, this is the live viewing of Raider Reaction. The Commish will be here tonight. Please, line is to the right. Yes, sir, I know it won't be much longer. I apologize. They try to put on a tight show. Yes, ma'am, we will let the VIP in first, I promise. You're VIP for a reason. What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. It's been crazy weekend. We're just down the street, still, past the house, with the boarded up windows. Boarded up. Maybe bared it up too. Make sure you stop at the corner. Ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman. He's a scholar. But most of all, he's a man of commerce. It's the holidays. New Year's coming. He's got mouths to feed. Slip him what you should. He's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street minding your own goddamn business, a cool breeze will hit you that chills you right to the skeletal core. And you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should, because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call Deep Behind the Enemy Line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And before we even go any further into the show, we're going to start it out with a little moment of silence for the greatest coach in the history of the National Football League. He was more than a coach. He was football. He was football. I mean, he's more than a coach. But greatest coach in the history of the Raiders, possibly the greatest coach in the history of the league. John Madden unmatched. Period. All you gotta do is say Madden. There's only so many humans in this world that you just say one name and you know who they are. You know, like fucking Madonna and Cher and, you know, Madden. Madden. Rest in peace, Coach. It was an unbelievable ride. A legendary ride. Legendary. That's a legend is a word that's thrown around a little too lightly sometimes. Goat is a word that's thrown around a little too much sometimes. There's only so many legends, and there's really only so many goats. And he was both. It's sad news. Sad news to get as I was prepping the show tonight. Got it about 7:45 Eastern time. Just over 2 hours before the show started, and had to twist the beginning of the show a little bit. It's unfortunate, it's sad, and 85 years young, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that they just put that show out Saturday, knowing that they were working and producing that basically in the last months of his life. Those are basically his last memories put forth in that show. His last memories from his own mouth, man. That's some crazy powerful shit right there. Rest in peace to the greatest. To the greatest. All right, moving on. That's our foreplay for tonight. Can't follow that up. You can't follow that up. So moving on. Week 16. What an insane week. What a great win. Leading up to it, you'd had this streak of failure, and then you finally get a win in Cleveland. It was just ugly as hell. You know, that win in Cleveland was like some bitch you drove home at 3 a.m. You know, like the last one in the bar, back in the corner, you know, in the poorly lit corner. Back corner. You're not even sure if it was a lady or just a really long-haired gentleman, but you took it home anyway. That's kind of what that Cleveland win was. See, but you got a good win. Division win, man, and a good win. You swept a bitter rival. I mean, the Donkeys and the Queefs. If you can sweep either one of them in a season, that's a fucking beautiful thing. A donkey sweep's a great thing. So you killed the donkeys. Donkey down. So, you know, dead donkey. And so why not? Fuck it. You know, we're in the mood of killing horses. Fuck it. Donkey, colt, it's all the same thing. We'll just go on a fucking, you know, like a horse murdering spree. What the hell? But week 16 was a big win. It was a big win on a lot of fronts. It kept the season alive, and it was somewhat of a morale-boosting win. You didn't come out of Cleveland like, you know, chest pumped, like, yeah, you were really something after that Cleveland win. You come out of Cleveland thinking, fuck, that was close. Almost blew that. That's how you came out of Cleveland. So this now gives you that momentum. We looked at it with 4 games left, saying you had to get past these 2 games. Yes, you were looking at a wounded Browns team. Yes, you were looking at a limping donkey. But still, you had to finish the job ahead of you to get to these last 2 games. And the season was all about these last 2 games. It is all about the Colts, who have this fucking juggernaut of a running game. You have the Chargers, who looked like they were something before they fucking absolutely tripped over their fucking dick last week. What the fuck was that? The Texans? Good lord. Oh my god. That shit's fucking clown show down there. I tell you. Bunch of fucking backups and reserve Texans too. Bunch of scabs. Just pulling in guys out of the concession stand. Saying, hey bro, you can play? You ain't got to drop no corn dogs today. Come on down. And you lost to them? Like, fucking seriously? You give me a fucking break. Yeah, they were talking shit. I agree, JoJo, and I saw your comments after on the post game as well. I thought the announcers were pushing it a little bit. I seen some games earlier in the season where it was disgusting the amount of opposing fans, but I didn't see that much orange at the stadium this past game. I thought it was a little more under locks than it had been. So I thought they were pushing the narrative a little fucking much too. They could fucking pound that, man, pound that shit. Fuck that. Oh, it's always some bullshit, man. Some bullshit narrative that they come up with in a fucking meeting before they go out, a little production meeting.
All right, guys, let's see if we can really stir up some controversy.
Like some little fucking pencil neck fuck's idea. But Week 16 was a huge win, man. Huge win. It keeps you in things. It keeps you in the fucking fight, man. You were in a 4-way tie for that fucking Walmart welfare fucking backdoor playoff spot. The NFL has opened up the back door to the playoffs to let teams like the Raiders in who have been fucking tripping over themselves trying to get in the door for fucking years. They've now created this fucking Walmart welfare spot for teams to fucking get in that wasn't there before. You know, of course you got to come in and play the fucking 2 seed, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. It's not going to be an easy opponent if you get somebody and you get in. You're looking at possibly playing the Bills, playing Cincinnati, playing somewhere in the fucking cold. That's for damn sure. It ain't going to be nice. It ain't going to be nice, most likely, wherever you end up if you get in that backdoor fucking playoff spot. That's for damn sure. But it keeps you alive with all that shit. And probably the biggest thing for me, man, coming out of Week 16 was the return and the resurgence of fucking Josh Jacobs, number 28. Number 28 and you hot! JJ was fucking pounding the rock. Over 120 in the game. It just a great game to see Josh Jacobs get back in his groove, get back in his fucking swang. Great game. He hadn't been over the century mark all fucking season. They'd been talking about it. That was another one. There was another one of the little things they brought up in the production meeting. Oh, we're going to talk about the fact that Josh Jacobs hasn't got 100 yards. Well, Josh Jacobs was standing outside the door of that production meeting, obviously, and he's like, oh, yeah, I heard that shit. I can't over century mark. Hey, donkeys, watch this. And look, there you go. Donkey! Running through donkeys. It's a beautiful thing to see, because Josh Jacobs could be your key to postseason success. Because, what did I just say? You're going to go to Cincinnati if you get in. You're going to go to Buffalo if you get in. There's an outside chance that maybe... No. That's really it. You start looking to see who would be the teams. Let's take a quick peek ahead here, shall we? I mean, that's who's sitting ahead of you. So you've got you got a good possibility that you're going to have to play a cold weather game, and Josh Jacobs is huge in the game plan going forward. Big. The fact that you can get him going, and with Ingold down, Smith stepping in at fullback has been huge, man. I don't think this guy is getting enough praise. Ingold, it was a Pro Bowl fucking fullback. He was one of the top in the league at his position. He was already not getting enough respect at his position. And for him to go down, season injury, and now you've got this fullback that Smith that stepped in ahead of him and basically just filled the spot. I mean, Ingold was so solid at fullback, you weren't even carrying another fullback a season ago. So, I mean, that's how much. So, big. It's huge to see the running game back and clicking like that. I know it's the donkeys. I know it's not the old vaunted fucking donkeys D that we're all used to. I get it. I know it's not that. Okay. We understand. But still, that's a big win. That's divisional. That's sweeping a fucking division rival. And you can't discount that. That's big, man. This was big. Because right now, You're building momentum. You're like this big fucking snowball coming down the side of the fucking mountain right now, and you're just trying to pick up more and more momentum as you're heading into the postseason. You're just wanting to keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. That's all you need right now, because you're building momentum. You got the Colts. You go into Indy and you handle the Colts. The type of momentum that you're gonna fucking roll out of Indianapolis with, heading back home to Allegiant Stadium to face the fucking Sparklers. You just seen what the Sparklers are. I mean, 41, a 40 burger against the fucking Texans? Seriously, a scab team of Texans. Bunch of guys off the fucking concession lines and shit. Fucking janitors. Guys that drove buses and shit. Hey, Jimmy, didn't you play some ball back in the day? And they fucking housed him. Housed in their fucking Herbert. Herbert fucking Sherbert. Right on, Craig. You represent. And what's up, everybody, man? What's up, everybody watching? Chad, Robert, JoJo, Carl, AAA, Ivan, Myron. What's up, Corey, Dion, Leslie. Everybody, thank you all for joining me. Each and every damn one of you. If I didn't throw out your name, I appreciate you anyway. I just can't scroll all the way back up. So, thank you, each and every damn one of you. Make sure you're following us on all the social media platforms. We are on TikTok. We will not be doing any milk crate challenges, ripping urinals off the wall, none of that dumb shit. There will be no dances, none of that. Just, clips of Raider stuff. So, follow us over there. And all of that good stuff. And of course, join the official group of Raider Reaction. Come to the dark side. It's real, it's raw, it's uncensored. It's just like this show. We're not no moderators, none of that dumb shit. No hall monitors telling you, no, you can't say that. The words will hurt them. Don't throw those letters. No, there'll be none of that shit. Speak your fucking mind, man. You love this team. You spend your hard-earned money, your fucking free time supporting them. You should be able to say whatever the fuck you want about them. Fuck, it's a free goddamn country. Shit. The hell. The other big dominant force of this game was on the other side of the ball, and he continues to shine. That is Mad Max Crosby, number 99, number 1 in your heart. Experienced 3 years, 24 years of age. He's a juggernaut out of Eastern Michigan who continues to get better and better and better. He is becoming a force to be reckoned with out there. You'll see his stats roll by down there at the bottom. I believe he's up to 6 sacks now, and 10 tackles for losses. Fucking quarterback pressures are through the fucking roof. This guy is just getting after it, and he was a force to be reckoned with. He was around the quarterback all the time. He's constantly getting held. You have to account for him. He's moving up and down the line. He's got spins. He's in insanity. This guy is amazing. He is a force to be reckoned with, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come on the defensive line. And with Yannick Ngakoue on the other end, I mean, you're talking about a team that's starting to put a running game together going into the postseason, that's starting to get a defensive line that's coming around, that has linebackers that are flying all over the field, and Denzel Perryman that are getting things done. You've added Divine Diablo, who has had another good solid game. You've got a secondary that's got good behind you. This team has all of the pedigrees. They've just got 2 more W's they've got to pull in, and this thing can really come together. You can make an argument for the Raiders just as easily as you can make an argument for anybody else. Honestly. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. It is what it is. It's insanity. It's insanity. But Mad Max, he's definitely a guy Raider Nation can be proud of right there. He's the last couple of years, coming in 2019, drafted where he was at. Nobody expected this guy to be anywhere near what he's been. In this last game, a wrecking crew, man. a wrecking crew. They had a hard time dealing with Mad Max. He was stuffing runs. He was all over the fucking field. What a steal, man. What a fucking steal. They're going to have to pay this guy. He is absolutely going to get paid. He is absolutely going to get paid. They've got to pay this guy big time to keep him around. He is not going to be cheap. He's well overplayed where he was drafted. He's well overpaid what he's currently getting paid. And that's what it's set up for, man. You know, and I like that. I like the way that it is now, where you don't have these fucking stupid Jamarcus Russell, fucking Jawalris contracts, where they absolutely fucking laden a team for years to come if the guy's a bust. Now you got to come in, you got to prove yourself a little bit. Unless you're a first rounder, you don't really have to shell out a lot of money for him. But if the guy earns it, then he's gonna get paid at that first rookie deal. He's gonna get paid the first time it comes around. So I like that. I like the way it's set up, because Mad Max is one of the guys, man. He's earned everything. He's earned everything. So when it's time to pay him, you pay that man. You pay that man because you want that dog to keep fighting for you. He's proved he will. You don't want to take that fight away from him. So Mad Max could be a Raider for life, and you got to take care of that guy. You got to take care of him. Another guy who would like to be a Raider for life. We got to have our weekly session, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've all been waiting, bated breath, for the weekly session of Used Car Talk. Got to have it, man. It's that time of the year, so we got to. You see, I had to bust out I had to go with the vintage Gannon today. The last Raider quarterback to vault the silver and black to greatness. He returned them to greatness. We just didn't get the hardware to go with it, unfortunately. A lot of shit went down. You had the Tuck one year. You had the Siragusa fucking Splash another year. You had the fucking Gruden Bowl. I mean, can any more happen? But, you know, an MVP, just numerous records. A Raider great. The last great Raider quarterback. You know, currently, I don't care how many fucking thousands or tens of thousands of yards Derek Carr throws for. I don't give a fuck. He cannot currently carry Rich Gannon's jock. So, until he does something in the postseason, that conversation just needs to die. I don't care about how many yards Derek Carr's thrown. Fuck yards, man. He's sitting on what? 20 and 12 right now is his touchdown to interception ratio. Wins are the only thing that matters right now. He can throw for 100 yards and 0 touchdowns the next 2 weeks, and I could give a shit. Could give a shit if they win. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. But here's what it boils down to this week. This week is the biggest game in the career of Derek Carr to date. Period. You haven't been this late in the season. You're fucking 8 years in. You haven't had a playoff win. You've only had one appearance. You got hurt before you could get into it. You haven't ever gotten back. You literally have a chance. If you beat the Colts, you set yourself up. You just watched the Chargers trip over their dick and lose to the fucking scab Texans. They put a 41 burger on their ass. Come on. If you can beat the Colts, you can handle the fucking Sparklers at home in Allegiant. And you're in the postseason. This is the biggest game in the fucking career to date of Derek Carr. Probably followed by the next biggest game in the career to date of Derek Carr. Followed by possibly the next biggest game. But that's the way it works when you've hit this plateau now. This plateau now. Check out that video I posted earlier, AAA. I talked about that. Colts and it going full circle. The history of Carr versus the Colts. I posted that shit on the page earlier. It's a nice little 3-minute watch. Check it out. Enjoy it. He's played them, 4 or 5 times now. I forget. There comes a time, if you're going to become a champion, or if you're even going to sniff championship greatness, that you have to elevate your play to a level that you've never taken it before. You almost become this weird out-of-body experience. We've seen it happen so many times before. Other sports that you just see this guy who you're in the postseason. I mean, all the other players that are there are great. They're on a great team. And you just see this one guy just elevate himself above all the rest. That's where Derek Carr needs to be this week. Yes, the game is not all on him. This is a team game. It's in Indianapolis. There's talks of them possibly being without Wentz, possibly missing their whole offensive line. There's a lot of guys right now on the COVID list on both sides of the ball, Raiders and Colts. So it's hard to tell. We have no idea what the fucking roster is even going to look like come Sunday. We have no fucking idea. None. Anybody who's prognosticating right now, they have no fucking idea. They don't know. You're playing with shit. The NFL just changed its fucking COVID fucking... We don't know. So, Derek Carr needs to be the best player on the field this weekend. He needs to elevate himself to that next level. He needs to find the greatness within. If he is to be that guy, if he is to be the one that so many people think he is, he needs to find it inside of himself to elevate himself to greatness. Every great quarterback does it to some extent during a postseason run. Every one of them does it. Because if he does that, I think he can equal anything that the Colts can muster on their side of the ball. Because if Derek Carr goes out there and has a great game, he controls the time of possession. He controls the play clock. He extends drives. He chews clock. He controls the game now. And he keeps the Colts off of the field. You don't want this Colt team and their power running game to be the team, to be the one that is driving this game and is the driving force. You don't want to be caught in that. You don't want to be caught up in that shit. That's not what you need to be. That's not the game plan to success. The game plan to success is for Derek Carr to go out, to have a solid running game, to be dynamic, to have an offensive coordinator who's willing to be dynamic, to have a head coach who's willing to allow them to make dynamic play calls, to step out of the box a little bit, to stretch the field, to do things they normally wouldn't do. Because right now, this is when greatness is captured. I believe, man. There's just something about this season, man. And now we just had John Madden pass. It's just something about this weird season. And maybe the Raiders trip and fall into that fucking backdoor Walmart fucking / welfare playoff spot. Just maybe. Just maybe. To get there, though, we got some tiebreakers like a motherfucker. Got people blowing their goddamn mind, taking their shoes off, trying to figure out algebra. Got fucking abacus, slide rules and shit. Fucking, I had to post a video trying to explain it. I still got people asking questions in the video. They're like, what? The fucking mind fucking blown. But it is insane right now. People are like sitting there looking at, how are the Dolphins ahead of us in the 7th spot when we beat the Dolphins? How were the Ravens up there before the Dolphins won? Because we beat them. What's it going on? I don't understand this. Well, what the scenario when you're tied with a team, it's very simple, and we all understand that. if you were just tied with the Dolphins, obviously you'd be ahead of the Dolphins because you beat them head to head. That's pretty fucking simple. That's basic, okay? And if you're in the same division, well, then it goes to division record, then it'll go to conference record, blah, 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 blah. If you're head to head, even not in the same division, or excuse me, if you're tied even not in the same division, it still goes to head as the first tiebreaker in that. But when you have a tiebreaker scenario like this that fucking gets slapped up against your fucking grill, where you got 4 teams possibly that can be tied when it comes down the fucking pike here in fucking 2 weeks, it gets real interesting. Now the Raiders have beat the Dolphins. They have beat the Ravens. They have lost to the Chargers. So if they beat the Chargers, they will have split games with the Chargers. So that makes it very interesting. So now you split games with one, and you will have a win over the others. So when it now comes down to being multiple teams being tied, and who gets that that Walmart fucking playoff spot, that number 7, who gets it, it's now cumulative of how the teams played against each other in the group, head to head. It's weird. You got to go watch the video I posted earlier, and you just got to go look at NFL.com tie-breaking rules and get down to 2 and 3 clubs fighting for the wild card through ties, and it's basically Raiders win out, Raiders are in. Raiders win out, Raiders are going to get in. I don't see any scenario where they're not going to get in when you look at the games that everybody has left. Dolphins play the Titans and the Patriots, 2 very fucking difficult games. They do not have a walk in the park. Tennessee, that was the other team I was thinking about. There's a possibility that you would have to go to Tennessee and play as well, and it's not exactly fucking warm and sunny there at all times of the year this time of the year, although I don't think it's that bad currently, but what have you. Colts, they've got the obviously the Raiders, then they've got the Jags. So the Colts are getting a win. The Colts are going to finish at 10-7 after the Raiders whoop that ass this Sunday. So the Colts are probably getting in. They're getting a wild card spot because they're going to have 10 wins. So they're getting in. Now the Patriots have the Jags this week, so they're grabbing a win. They're probably getting 10 wins as well. They're still fighting with the Bills, so but we're counting the Bills as being in and making them and winning the division. So the Patriots probably get in as well. They play the Dolphins in that last game, so who knows what the Dolphins do. So let's say the Dolphins do beat the Patriots. The Patriots also end up at 10-7, and the Dolphins end up at 9-7, losing the game prior against the Titans, and then winning against the Patriots in the final week. That would make them 9-8 on the season. So now you've got 2 10-7s and a 9-8. So you need to be, you really need to get 10 wins, man. You don't want to get into the scenarios of you trying to be a 9-win team and squeaking in. The Ravens are still down here. They're a dark horse as well. So if the Ravens have the Rams this week, and then they've got the Steelers in the final week. And the Steelers, even though as much as we want to laugh at Big Ben being like a fucking tree stump back there, they have been able to pop up a little something here over the past few weeks, even though they look like shit against the Chiefs last week. But, I mean, let's be honest. It was the Steelers Chiefs, and they're on 2 completely different levels. So Ravens are going to get fucking trucked by the Rams this week, so they're dropping to 8-8. So the best they can hope is to beat the Steelers and jump to 9-8. So you don't want to be in that fucking 9-8 group, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to be in that because it's going to be multiple fucking teams. If you're in fucking 9-8, you're going to end up with like 3 fucking teams there. Because the Sparklers play the fucking Donkeys this week. So could they lose the Donkeys? They just lost to the Texans. That means they can lose to goddamn fucking anybody. But most likely they beat the Donkeys. That means it's up to the Raiders. So the Raiders got to beat them, and then they could be fucking 9-8 too, because they would have got their 9th win against the Donkeys and then their 8th loss against the Raiders. And now, so all of these teams, the fucking schedule and the way everything shakes out right now is fucking insanity. The Raiders need to win out and just handle their business. Just handle their business. Chad, I think the only way the Raiders get to glory this season, it's going to have to go through Kansas City. You're going to go through Kansas City at some point. You're going to have to vanquish the fucking Queefs to get to the promised land at one point in this year. You are going to. That's what I'm saying, man. It's the fact that you are dealing with defense and a running game that's coming around at this point in the season is fucking gigantic. Gigantic. What's up, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube viewers as well? Don't want to leave you guys out like our stepkids sometimes. But this is fucking gigantic. Gigantic. You gotta win this game, man. Damn. Please. I just want to have. I think Raider Nation as a whole wants just to have some. Just get in the motherfucking dance, man. Just give us that extra week of playoff excitement. Just to be excited of what if. Just to be in the conversation. Just to be labeled as, yeah, we were a playoff team last year. Just give us that for one season. And let us chew on that for a minute, okay? That's really all we want. That's it. Just get the fuck in, man. Just get in. Just get in. These two games, this Colts game is so big, man. So fucking big. So big. Speaking of acknowledgments and all of that good stuff, it's that time of the show where I've got to step back a second and put the spotlight on y'all. Those of you that watch Raider Reaction, follow the page, follow us on social media platforms, all that good stuff. We've got packages out to everybody else who a little later than we expected, but they are out. You know, my midgets are slacking in the holidays. I don't pay them well. You know, a little bit of hitting and a 10 sack. That's all they get. You know, fucking midgets nowadays. But Fan of the week. We like to select one of our viewers, one of our followers, one of our diehards on the page who kick it with us, who stop in on the shows, who make it fun to do what we do and enjoy what we do here at Raider Reaction. If you would like to be fan of the week, all you have to do is send us a photo of you decked out in your Raider gear to any of our social media platforms here at Raider Reaction, and we will get you hooked up like this gentleman right here, Mr. Gabriel Ritchie. He's a diehard follower here at Raider Reaction. He was a supporter back on the old page. He was he just all around all the time, man. He's watching on YouTube. He watches on Facebook. His wife watches. They've sent me some goodies. They've won a bunch of goodies. They're just good people and good members of the Raider Nation right here, and they are a freaking fan of the week this week, Mr. Ritchie. So send me your info, and I will get you hooked up with a little swag goodie bag sent your way as well. As you see, he's already rocking the Fuck Your Team bracelet down there. So he's won some goodies before. He's already decked out well in Raider Reaction gear. Gabriel Ritchie, man, thank you for supporting the page as always. Appreciate it. Appreciate you and your wife watching. He said his wife was yelling at the TV last week. You gotta step on their throat! Just like I always say in the you gotta step on the throat. You gotta learn to step on the throat. She was yelling the same thing at the damn TV. You gotta step on the throat! Which is true. God damn. They gotta learn to step on the throat sometime. Just finish a motherfucker off. Sometimes you just gotta finish a motherfucker off. Quit leaving them hanging around. That's when you get into them fire drills that they like to call comeback wins. I don't call fire drills in a game that you already should have won, but you pissed around and fucking tripped over yourself, and now all of a sudden you got to come back and win it at the end. That's not a comeback to me. That's a fire drill win because you fucking fucked up earlier. A comeback's a comeback. We know what a comeback is. That's not a comeback to me. I'm sorry. It's just not. Now, the wild card race. We were talking about it earlier. Let's get back to that. it's crazy. It's crazy where you put yourself. You're in a 4-way tie for that playoff spot with 2 freaking games out. It's just absolute insanity. But like I said, you can get yourself in, and it is completely. Oh, what do we got going on here? There we go. And it is completely doable. You can get yourself in. But it's the playoffs started 2 weeks ago. In that Browns game. This is an ugly win. But you got out of it. You survived. Still here. Still there. Still kicking. Now you got through this donkey game. It was a little rough. Had to bounce back. Had some turnovers. Wasn't the cleanest game. But I like the resilience of the team. I like the fire. I like the fight. The fight never stopped. Things weren't all sunny. It wasn't all roses. That's the kind of resilience and playoff team that I like to see. I liked the fight I've seen out of them in the donkey game. That builds great momentum for this Colts game. You go and beat the Colts. I just don't see how they can lose in the last week of the Chargers. The momentum's a gigantic thing. I just don't see it. I see it getting built. I see the story starting to write itself. The death of John Madden is going to weave itself into this crazy story that's going to become this wild story of the 2021/2022 Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, what an insane ride this has been. The Gruden emails, then more emails, then he resigns, and you get the Bisaccia stuck in as the interim coach. The Henry Ruggs incident. You got Arnett thinking he's in some fucking gang war, playing Machine Gun Kelly on fucking TikTok. Just one thing after another. It's been strange, and to see that possibly Carson Wentz could be out this week, and you've got a cardboard cutout that they're going to stand up at quarterback and try to go with an offensive line who's depleted as well. Possibly missing damn near the whole line. Who's leading the way for the league's leading rusher? I mean, everything. No Baker Mayfield. I mean, you played a third-string quarterback. No Case Keenum against Cleveland. Then Teddy Bitchwater goes down, and you get Drew Lock stood in there. You basically just gets a chance to get first-team reps that week. Now you got Carson Wentz and the Colts are on this insane run. And now Wentz is possibly pulled out. I mean, it's just weird. Everything's fucking aligning itself. I'm telling you, Corey. The defense can tee the fuck off on whoever the hell they're going to stand up there at quarterback. Ellenberger, I believe it is. Something like that. It's things are getting fucking interesting. It's weird. Woo, 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 woo. It's like some fucking Twilight Zone shit. Football gods are fucking playing chess. Fucking with shit. It's getting wild. It's getting interesting. And it's getting crazy. So you had all this go out, and you had the news come out about Carson Wentz. I'd went on and posted about it earlier, and then not even hours later, they come out and they change the fucking rules again. It's the National Football League is like the goalpost is here, and then they just move it wherever they want to move it at any fucking point in time. Rules are fucking arbitrary to them. They'll just change them. It was 10 days, but it's 5 because we need all these guys to be available by Sunday. So if they can be back by Saturday, that's how many days? 5. All right, so let's just cut it in half, guys. Let's cut it in half. Then let's make the call this afternoon so that all these guys will be available. I mean, they just changed the fucking rule arbitrarily. They were going to last 2 weeks ago, right? We're not. If you don't have enough players, you have to forfeit the game. We're not moving games this year. Blah 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 blah. Several teams get affected. One of them being the Raiders. All of a sudden, they're like, hold on, back the fucking truck up, everybody. And they changed the fucking rules again. Move the goalpost again. So what'd they do again? Colts and Raiders. It's a huge game, man. Look at what's on the line. I mean, we just talked about what's on the line. So much on the line. I mean, look, this is a fucking gigantic-ass game. Big fucking game. Game may even get flexed. Huge fucking game. Move the goalpost again. We didn't have a chance these guys can be on the field. Now, they tried it with the Browns and several other teams. Didn't work out for them. So what? You're going to move the goalposts again, but now you need to shrink the window so it's easier for them to get back on the field because one of the guys that you're fucking talking about dealing with is unvaccinated. He ain't got the fucking jab yet. He ain't went and stood in the fucking line and got shot. He ain't went to fucking CVS. So, that makes it a little different because now his window's technically bigger, so now they need to shrink it or there was no chance in hell that Carson Wentz was going to get on the field. He's going to miss a lot of his offensive line, blah, 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 blah. Now, does this help the Colts? Yes. But ultimately, this really helps the Raiders as well because you're going to get Denzel Perryman and a whole fucking slew of other motherfuckers back as well on the Raiders that are currently out and on the COVID list. I mean, a bunch of fucking people, man. Morig, Divine Diablo, Gillespie, Kuntz, Leatherwood. I mean, there's a... Oh, excuse me. I'm looking... I was looking at the wrong list. Fucking KJ Wright, Perryman, Littleton, Compton, Philion, Mariota, Hayward. Oh, ton of fuckers, man. It's not good. Not good. But if you're reading off rookies like they got COVID, motherfuckers like, damn, I got COVID. Didn't know I had the COVID. No, you didn't have COVID. Chill out. Yeah, but just another case of the NFL moving the goalposts as they need to. They just constantly... Oh, there you see it right there. If you're going to be in Indy, Raider Lines has fucking Raider Reaction goodies on his person. You must find him. And he will give you goodies. Silver and black goodies from Raider Reaction. There you go. He will be there repping this weekend. See if I can get him to maybe do a little live streaming. Maybe. Wink, wink, hint, hint. And I will be at the game in the final week in Sandy against the Los Angeles / San Diego Sparklers, whatever the fuck they are, wherever the hell they're at. They don't really matter. They're fucking nomadic. They don't really have a home. Nobody claims them anyway. I will be out at Allegiant Stadium for the finale. So, if you can catch me around, I may have something in my pocket for you as well. And some Raider Reaction goodies. But, moving along. COVID rules. Who knows, man? So basically, we have no fucking idea what you're going to have. Even with the 5-day window, that puts you around Saturday. So if there's any guys that have any snafu, any little snag through this process, they are not available for you this Sunday. So there's still, I'm telling you, all these guys aren't going to be back. All these guys aren't going to be back for both teams. It's just going to be interesting. I'm still saying I think it's very hard for Carson Wentz to be able to make it back. He's unvaccinated, and I think it's going to be tough for him to make it back. But Aaron Rodgers played that one game. So I don't know, man. So I don't know. So who the fuck knows, man? Who knows? The rules change every day. You just spin the fucking wheel of this clown show, and they do whatever the fuck they want. They don't care.
What?
Yep.
Okay, boss.
And we just follow along. Motherfuckers. Fuck them. Fuck them. It's their game. Play it the way they want. But it's week 17. And this is, I'll say it again, the biggest game in the career to date of Derek Carr. He has not had a game that has this much on the fucking line at this point of a season. He hasn't. Period. They've actually, supposedly, there's been some phone calls to Phyllis Rivers. That's been reported already, that they have actually called. They're desperate, man. They don't want to go down. This is a big game, and if they could just happen to, by any ways, any means, and that's the type of shit you should do. It's the type of shit I wish the Raiders would do sometimes. You have to think outside the fucking box. That's a team that's looking at being on the verge of fucking 10 wins. They're in the middle of a playoff hunt. You fucking do whatever you need to do to maybe get a win. Carson Wentz ain't out. It's not like he's ripped something, tore something, fucking nothing like that. He didn't run somebody over. He hasn't fucking, he don't have 20 masseuses ready to come out of the woodwork. He's just got a little fucking COVID issue. He'll be ready in a week or two. If fucking Phillip Quivers can help you get over the hump, you're a fucking idiot not to call him. You're an idiot. You should call his ass. But, let's hope they stand this other fucking chump up. And Mad Max and Yannick get a fucking tee off on his ass. And Quentin Jefferson has been getting up the middle and wrecking some shit too, man. That dude deserves a fucking mention as well. This is a huge game. Derek Carr, yes, it's a team game. It's not all on Derek. You've got this running game that needs to be stopped. All of this, I get it. Blah, 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 blah. 1,600 yards this motherfucker's toted so far this year. I get it. It's not all on Carr. But Derek Carr needs to be the best Derek Carr he's ever fucking been. He needs to elevate himself. He needs to elevate his play. He needs to be a leader of men on his side of the fucking ball and handle his fucking business. Because if he handles his business, things just might fucking go your way. It's really going to elevate the percentages in things going your way. All quarterbacks who get in these championship runs, who get in these playoff pushes, they have to elevate their play. Sometime you have to become more than what you are in the middle of a regular season game. You have to become great. Jim Plunkett's found it. When he was handed the ball when somebody else's went down, other guys have found it at different times. There's no reason Derek can't find it either. Find it within him fucking self. Be the best Derek Carr you've ever fucking been. And I guarantee you this team wins in Indianapolis and comes home with a fucking W and goes and stomps the fucking Sparklers. And then get ready. Because playoff football is a whole different beast. You're going somewhere cold, where you don't know what the weather's going to be at that time of the year. You're going to fucking Nashville. You're going to Buffalo. You're going to Cincinnati. It could be nasty in any of those places. It's not going to be fun. You got to win on the road. It's about to become playoff football. Playoffs started 2 weeks ago, though. 2 weeks ago. It's huge, man. I can't. This is the biggest game Derek Carr has ever played in. Ever. I agree 100%, Chad. 120%. You can beat any one of them teams, including the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the only team that I think is a really, really... It's the toughest matchup by far. The rest of them, I think the Raiders can stand toe-to-toe with any of them. I'm not scared of the Bills. I think the Raiders can handle the Bills. I think with what the Raiders have up front on the defensive line, I think they can contain Josh Allen. So, it's getting interesting, man. It's getting interesting. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that time of the show. It's the last segment of the show. Thank you, each and every damn one of you, for joining me. I appreciate it. You guys are the shit. All of you that watch here on Facebook, that have found your way to our new page, please help us spread the word. Help share it up. Follow it. Invite a fucking friend. Tell them about Raider Reaction. What have you, man. Anything that can help us get the name out there and continue to grow back the footprint that we once had. We're just keep trying to spread the love again. We're on TikTok. We've been doing a lot on the fucking TikTok. Found out it's actually fairly helpful for what we do. It's great. It's a great little platform. We don't do any of the stupid shit. It's all Raider related. So check us out on there and join the official group of Raider Reaction. It's real. It's raw. It's uncensored. It's the group that you should be in to talk about the team that you love. No moderators. No fucking hall monitors. None of that dumb shit. Ain't nobody muting you, tapping you on the shoulder, telling you what you can or can't say about the team that you love. There'll be none of that. Not in the dark side. Oh, it's time. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the WTF. Oh, tonight's WTF. So, speaking of TikTok, there's been a particular opposing fan that's been making comments on our videos that we put on there, and been talking a lot of shit. And it just amazes me, and it's always amazed me, that Charger fans are one of the biggest shit talkers out there. And I don't understand why. They really have no bearing or any reason to shit talk anybody. I mean, they're kitty table dwelling motherfuckers as it is. They've never won anything. They have nothing but a history of failure in multiple zip codes. I don't give a fuck about Dan Fouts and fucking... No. I don't give a fuck about any of them guys. A bunch of fucking losers. They've always lost. I don't care. But this one guy has popped on now, and he has just been talking mad shit about how the Raiders are going to lose. They're going to own this ass in the fucking last week of the season, and our wins haven't been shit, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, hold up a second. Hold up a second. I had to pause that motherfucker today, because I'm like, listen, man. How the fuck can you even come out and talk shit after what the fuck just happened this weekend? I mean, that Charger loss against that scab Texans team was literally, I'm telling you, like losing to a fucking bus of retards let out for fucking recess. That's what that game was. I mean, just took a bunch of fucking drool buckets off them, fucking go wander around a fucking field, and they put up 41 points on your ass. And you're gonna talk shit about quality of win? My God. How about quality of loss? That's like the worst fucking loss you could possibly have. You lost to the Texans. It's like, come on, man. They're like walking through the fucking picket line to play for them. And you're going to talk shit? Jesus Christ. Only fucking Sparkler fans. You got to be fucking kidding me.
All I have in this world is my thoughts and my words. And I don't break them for no reason. You understand?
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. What the fuck? Oh, man. Only Sparkler fans. Fucking Sparkler fans. Los Angeles / San Diego / no fan base having fucking bitch ass blue wearing kitty table dwelling motherfuckers. Go home. Wherever home is. I don't know. Whatever fucking overpass you're sleeping under this week. Go to fuck back there. Pathetic. That's your WTF, ladies and gentlemen. And that's your goddamn show. That's your Raider Nation report for this week. Thank you for joining me, each and every damn one of you. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. Instagram, Twitter. We're Twitching, bitch. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Join the group. All that stuff. And the fucking website is just getting ready to pop back on the first of the year. We've got some new shit coming, man. We got some new shit coming for the off season. You be ready. Be ready. We're coming out with some shit that ain't nobody else doing. We're about to bring you interactive right into the fucking show. We got the prizes coming back. I got the sponsors hooked up. We're getting things going. I've got plans. I haven't even told the team about the plans that I've got for the first of the year. But I'm bringing the website back. We got it. It's been under construction for a while. New year, new things. Raider Reaction back to reclaim what we lost. Thank each and every one of you. You guys are the shit, man. Have a safe and happy holidays. Happy New Year's Eve. If I don't see or talk to any of you before then, have a happy New Year's Eve. Make sure each and every one of you gets home safely. Party, have fun, do whatever the fuck you want. Make sure fucking little heart flutter. But just make sure you get back to the crib safely. And we see you all that next day. I'm out. Until next time. We'll see you. Keep it silver and black. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.